What is going on, Commanders family? We are back with another video, and today I wanted to talk about Tyler Biadasz. He put up a solid game against the Tennessee Titans, and it's great to see because sometimes it takes one game to build that confidence and momentum heading to the end of the season. And this is what's needed when it comes down to that center position. So in this play here, we see great physical center play as Biadasz creates nice run lanes for the ball carriers. And he earned an impressive 85 plus PFF grade this past game, which was fantastic. Chris Rodriguez also had a stellar game, putting up a 90 PFF grade while filling in for Austin Eckler. It's great to see Chris out there making plays and making the most of his opportunity with Tyler Biadasz leading the way. So activating the system. So locking on this play here, just watching Tyler Biadasz fire off on the ball. And it's so good because sometimes when you can strike the side of a defensive tackle, it can knock these guys off balance. And that's exactly what happened on this play. Watching Tyler Biadasz drive his legs and completely remove that defensive tackle out of the play. Now his left arm kind of wrapped around him. You want to make sure that you keep your hands inside, but seeing him be physical, finding the proper position to be able to remove that player out this play, it only takes a half a second for these running backs to be able to spring it. And with Chris Rodriguez, this player really stepped up this game. And I've always said that you can find these running backs all throughout the draft. Sometimes you can find them in undrafted free agency as well. But can you go out there and build an offensive line and allow these running backs to go out there and make plays? And it starts with that center position. Not saying that Tyler Biadasz is a perfect player, but when you see him going up against the Tennessee Titans, those defensive tackles on that defensive side is their best position group. So regardless if the Tennessee Titans were bad or not, that interior play with those battles is something that me and you have to focus on. But seeing him going out there and striking his opponent, driving his legs, and completely removing him off the line of scrimmage to allow Chris Rodriguez to get a nice chunk play was great to see. Here's a great play from Tyler that showcases his high IQ and awareness. The linebacker here attempted to blitz through the B gap, but Tyler quickly recognized it, walling him off and created another lane for Rodriguez to break off on a chunk play. And this kind of quick thinking is essential from your center. And Tyler did well to neutralize number 17 before he could be able to disrupt the play. So we'll go ahead and split it. So watching number 17, he's lurking. Tyler Biadasz snaps the ball and quickly picks him up. And it's so good to be able to see this play as well because a lot of times you're going to be going up against a lot of wicked stunts. You have to pay attention to these defensive linemen, these linebackers, because with these linebackers, they have a knack for being slippery and find ways to be able to shoot right into these run lanes and get to ball carriers. But as soon as he picked them up, it allowed Chris Rodriguez to be patient and take off at the right time. And as they go on further into the season, you will see a lot of one-on-ones when it comes down to these defensive lines. But these defensive coordinators, they run ET stunts, they run TE stunts, doing little things to mix it up when it comes down to their front seven to confuse an offensive line. But seeing Tyler Biadasz having the IQ and the awareness to be able to pick up number 17 and completely neutralize him, it was fireworks. If you want to see some of the best Washington Commanders helmets and upgrade your man cave or your room this holiday season, check out Green Gridiron's page in the description. These helmets are torch, available in mini or regular size with the visors, and they are built to last a lifetime. Click the link and use promo code JC Network for a discount on these amazing helmets. Now let's get back to the film session. One thing that I have always appreciated about Tyler Biadasz is his effectiveness in combo blocking, which dates back to his time with the Dallas Cowboys. Going up against Tavondre Sweat, one of my favorite prospects from this past year, is definitely a tough task. While the Titans have struggled this season, facing both Sweat and Simmons in the interior offensive line is always challenging. So seeing Tyler put up a good performance this past week was really encouraging. So we'll go ahead and run it. So run this play here, watching Biadasz and that right guard combo block. And I love to see the engaging in contact. You got to be physical when it comes down to that gridiron. Locking in on Sweat, and he had no way to be able to get away from those two players. And when it comes down to these offensive lines in the NFL, sometimes you will be going one-on-one against certain players, but you will need to be able to combo block as well. Because the best offensive lines, they can do all of that on top of being able to combo block and possibly one guy passing them off and climbing down and getting to the second level. That's why a lot of these scouts, they look for these offensive linemen to be athletic as well, because that second level blocking plays a big part when it comes down to the run game. And there have been games where Tyler Biadasz has made mistakes, but we have to understand that playing that center position is one of the toughest positions to play in all of the NFL. So chemistry is key. But I love to break these plays here down because these are the reps that go unseen. You got to have an offensive line that can be able to combo block and have that chemistry because it will be important as they go along, especially when you're trying to run the ball. Here's a quick play that I saw of him going up against Tavondre Sweat. Tyler engaged in contact, but Sweat was able to use his push-pull technique to disengage. Even though Sweat broke free, he couldn't make a play because of how quickly Tyler jumped on him. So I definitely wanted to show y'all this play as well. So we'll go ahead and run it. So zooming in on Tyler Biadasz, he lunges right at Tavondre Sweat. Biadasz's hands is on the outside, so he didn't have proper leverage, and Tavondre Sweat uses his pull technique. And it knocks Biadasz off balance. But the good thing is, by Tyler Biadasz attacking Tavondre Sweat at the snap of the ball, it was enough time to keep Sweat out of the play. So the runner gets the ball, he slices it upfield, and he was able to get a positive gain. But one thing that you have to look out for when you're playing that center position, playing that guard position, these defensive tackles, if you're not able to get your hands inside, sometimes these defenders can be able to gain leverage and disengage quickly. So that is something that he can be able to get better at. We got to show you guys the good plays as well as the bad plays to see what he can be able to work on going forward. But the good thing about a guy like Tyler Biadasz, he is one of the players that's a sponge. He's always willing to learn and get better, and that's the perfect center that you will want in your offensive line room. At the center position, you want someone who is not only physical, with good pre-snap understanding, but you also want a guy that can be able to move in space. While Tyler isn't the most athletic center in the NFL, his understanding of spacing and the ability to get in defenders' way is often all that's needed to let our runners break free. And it's great to see this quality from Tyler as well. So let's run it. So locking on this play here, just watching Jaden Daniels, throwing that screen play, the offensive linemen, they're taking off in the perimeter. And canning on Tyler Biadasz, you see that he's locking in on that defensive lineman, giving him a little thud and keeping him away from the wide receiver. And with these playmakers for the Washington Commanders, you got players like McLaurin, Zach Ertz, Brian Robinson. These players are very talented. All you have to do is give them a little space and they can go out there and make big time plays. And they have been doing it all season, but chemistry is key when it comes down to this offense. And if you want to be one of the better offenses in the NFL, it starts with that O-line. But I think with Tyler's play this past game, this had to be one of his top performances this season. And if they can continue to do this, regardless who they're playing, the sky is the limit when it comes down to this offense. But seeing Biadasz get out there in space and quickly read what that defender was trying to do and not allow him to get to De'Ami Brown was another good rep. So on this final play here, we see a nice touchdown pass to Zach Ertz. When you watch Tyler Biadasz plugging up the middle and giving Jaden Daniels time to get through his progressions, these are the plays that you want to see when it comes down to the trenches. That's why it is so important to highlight them here. So let's run it. Locking on this play here, just watching the gridiron. A lot of these guys, they're attacking each other. But the good thing is with Tyler Biadasz, he's right in the middle of it and plugging everything up, not allowing any of those defenders to make a beeline straight to the quarterback. But seeing Zach Ertz gain separation, that defender, he slips, and Ertz was able to get a quick go-ahead touchdown. And this is what you want to see when it comes down to this offense, Commanders family. And with Jaden Daniels, he has been doing really good this year. He has changed the whole dynamic of this Washington offense. So it's definitely going to be good to see how he continues to progress. But seeing Tyler Biadasz plugging up that interior and not allowing those defenders to get straight to the quarterback was a thing of beauty. So this was another one of those plays that we had to highlight for sure. So with Tyler Biadasz, this player has been playing in the league for some years now. There are no excuses. You have to continue to keep on stacking up these games like this because when you can be able to do that, it can allow you to run the ball and it will keep the whole offensive playbook open. But seeing him being physical this game, showing a high IQ, the ability to be able to move out in the perimeter and get in space, as well as showing that he had an understanding of what these defenders were trying to do pre-snap is what you want out of your center. So this is the type of performance here that can lead you to the right direction. So comment below and let me know what you guys think about Tyler Biadasz' performance. And do y'all think that he can be able to take that next step going forward? So make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe and hit that notification bell because the way the YouTube algorithm works, if you don't hit it, you'll miss out on fire updates and the best football film sessions on YouTube. All right, Commanders family. Talk to y'all soon. Gone.